Hello, Sagittarius loves. For today's reading, we will be divining your April 2025 monthly predictions for the month ahead, of course. So for today's reading, we're going to be using this oracle deck here. This is the Spellcaster's Oracle deck. However, before we get into your reading today, I do just want to share with you all that even though I'm setting the intention for the messages that come through today to be for the month of April 2025, I always set the intention as well that the messages that come through in today's reading are timeless messages. So if you're drawn to tune into this reading at a different time, maybe it's closer to the end of the month, or it's a completely different month, or maybe it's a completely different year, that's okay. Trust your intuition guided you to this reading at the time that it did for a reason, okay? The messages that come through are always so powerful and potent, and they are, of course, timeless and can help us at any time that we feel called to tune in and receive those messages of guidance. Also, when you're listening to my reading and in life in general, always trust your intuition first and foremost. Above all, make sure that you're checking in with yourself first and foremost, okay? And just know that this is a public reading on my YouTube channel, so there are many different people that may be tuning in, even though this is intended to be for the sign of Sagittarius. There may be some messages that don't quite resonate with you, and that's completely okay. Just move along to the next thing that does, okay? Don't force things to fit where they don't fit. Just go on to the next thing that does resonate with you, because those other messages that didn't fit may be meant for somebody else. And if you feel called to, check out your sun, moon, and rising sign so you can get a full overlook of what to expect throughout the month of April, okay, loves? Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. So let's see what your theme cards are. So this deck here is very much like theme-oriented cards. So we're going to start by seeing what your theme cards are. And Sagittarius, I do apologize. I know I am coming out with your reading a little later into the month than I intended to, but we still have a full month ahead of us. Okay, we still have a couple of weeks left, so these messages are still going to be powerful and important to help guide you through this month of April if you're called to tune in and receive messages. Oh, your cards are just flipping out and over right there, so we'll take them. All right, let's see. I've been seeing this happiness card all day. So you have happiness. Wow, beautiful, beautiful cards. We also have fertility. And we have career. Ooh, beautiful cards to start with, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. So right away, your messages are flooding in. You definitely are going to be very fertile when it comes to creative ideas that are connected to your career. And I'm feeling that these creative ideas that are flowing in are going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of peace, okay? I just feel like you're really living in your element. You feel connected to source, connected to like this higher sense of being, this higher, this higher energy. Like your higher self is what I'm getting. Like you're really connected and tuned into your higher self and your intuition and that divine creative flowing energy. Like source energy is the essence that we receive our creative ideas from, okay? And so I feel like it's really like that energy of fertility, where human life comes from too, is that source energy, the seed of source. And so the same thing with this representing creation as well. It could also represent actual human life, but I'm really picking up on creativity here, especially next to the career card. And so this is bringing you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and a lot of it is going to allow you to surrender to what is as well, okay? So there is some messages coming through where you may not quite yet be where you want to be in your career or in life or in your relationships, some type of specific aspect, but definitely connected to career and like creative ideas, creative expression with yourself. You may not quite yet be where you want to be in those aspects of your life, but you're receiving the intuitive downloads as to how you will be able to get to where you want to be, and you're finally starting to take those steps to get yourself there. Like you're starting to climb up that ladder to get to the top and to create the foundation, the foundational support systems that will allow you to flourish and to rise and to be in the spaces that you want to be in when it comes to your career and your creative foundations, creative projects, creative passions. and things like that. Okay, now we also do have like the family life coming in as well. Okay, so somebody could also be thinking of starting a family or adding to their family in some way. You may be finding out some happy news around that in this month of April or in the next coming months. Okay, that's a very specific message for somebody. So if you're not already thinking about that or planning that, that message is not for you. That's for somebody who's already been in this energy of just knowing that this is coming their way. Okay. So positive shifts around that for you, loves. Let's see, there was something else coming in with the happiness. Oh, okay. It was around relationships. Okay, so Spirit was saying that when it comes to receiving these creative downloads and creative ideas and inspirations, and maybe even like new paths in your career too, like maybe somebody's changing career industries or thinking of making a big move in their career, a big like advancement in their career. You know, maybe you're like thinking of applying for a higher position in your career industry. Spirit's saying to be very mindful of who you share this information with all the way around. Your creative ideas, your creative passions, these new jobs that you're applying for, the new industry that you're trying to shift into, whatever applies to you, be extremely mindful of who you share this information with, because even though these exciting new ideas and adventures and passion projects are bringing you a lot of joy and a lot of peace internally, you can't yet see the physical manifestation of it. And so others cannot quite yet understand how you can be so excited and passionate and joyful about these shifts that you're starting to take action upon. Okay, and it's because right now it's very internal and you're taking those first little baby steps. And so when you first start taking those little baby steps, even though you can see the progress, others around you may not be able to see the progress. So I'm seeing this example of, you know, when you start to like work out for the first time, maybe it's been a long time since you've worked out or you've had a fitness routine. They say when it comes to starting out in a fitness routine, again, after a long period of time of not doing it, you know, first you feel the effects. Okay, you feel the effects of it before you can see the results. And usually you'll feel the effects of it for about 1 to 2 weeks, maybe up to 4 weeks. But then you yourself, the person who's actually doing the fitness routine, you'll start to see the effects. You'll see the physical changes in your body, in your lifestyle, you know, how you're operating. You'll start to see those effects after 4 weeks to 6 weeks. Okay. And then after about 8 weeks, all the other people around you will start to notice and see the effects themselves. Okay. But first it starts with you feeling the effects. So you're feeling this energy, you're tapping into it, you're taking those steps, you're feeling how great it feels to be pursuing this, to be bringing it to life, to be receiving these ideas, these inspirations, these new pathways opening up for you. Then in a couple weeks, you yourself will start to see the effects of how it's playing out in your personal life, but other people may not quite yet see it yet. And it may not be in that exact timeline that I gave you of the, like how they say in the fitness world. But just know that eventually other people will start to see the effects. And then that's going to be more when it's like okay to start sharing these ideas and passions with people. So Spirit's really saying like you don't even have to worry about sharing these ideas, passions, inspirations with other people, especially the people that are like in your immediate circles, your family, your close friends, especially people too who maybe you've shared these ideas, inspirations with in the past and they just didn't understand, they shut you down. You don't need to be sharing any of that with them. This is more about you, yourself, and your own journey and your own path to finding happiness and joy and peace and success by pursuing these creative passions, career changes with yourself and for yourself. Okay. So just know that this is your personal journey. It's nobody else's journey. And Spirit's really saying to walk your talk before speaking about it to others. Okay, walk your talk before you start sharing and speaking about this with others, because they're just not going to get it. They're not going to understand because it's not for them. It's for you. Okay, so bring that focus back to yourself and remind yourself why you're doing this and why it feels good. What brings you joy about these creative passion projects that you're starting to pursue? What is going to bring you joy and enlighten you and enliven you when it comes to these shifts that you're making in your career path, okay? Now, with that being said too, Spirit just wants me to share again that there are some exciting new opportunities that are opening up for you in your career field. Maybe some new inspirational creative ideas, creative passion projects coming to you. Some specific messages coming through here. So somebody could be getting a job offer. Maybe you've been applying for a lot of jobs. You haven't been getting a call back. It feels like it's been months, weeks on end. You've been waiting to hear back about these job offers that you've been applying for, trying to get a new job. That offer is going to be coming in very soon. I'm getting within 2 to 3 weeks specifically. Another thing is there could be some creative projects or like creative things that you have created in the past. And what I'm seeing here, it's like something that maybe you once submitted to like an art gallery or like a fashion show or like a magazine or like a publishing company, something you submitted to somebody in the past when it comes to an artistic expression. And you maybe forgot about it. You haven't heard from them about it. And so you just let it go. You forgot. You're like, they're not going to choose me, whatever. And I feel like somebody's going to be hearing back from them very soon about this. Okay. There's also this energy coming in around that where maybe you share things online. Like maybe you share your artwork on Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, any social media. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Where you talk out about certain things that's connected to art in some way, or even just like talking, like maybe you like talk inspirational things. And I see somebody reaching out to you and saying, hey, I like your art. I like the things you say. Do you want to do a show? Like, you want to come hang your art in my art gallery? Or do you want to come do this podcast interview with me? Or do you want to like talk in front of like an audience? Just something along those lines where there's some type of big opportunity that's going to be coming in for you very unexpectedly. And it's around like what you do for your career or what you really want to be doing for your career that's connected to like this beautiful inspiration where you're like providing inspiration not only to yourself, but to others as well. There was another message coming in around that, but it slipped through. Okay, we'll let it go. It's not coming back. So we're going to go ahead and pull your tarot cards now. I hate when that happens, when the messages slip away, but it's okay. It's meant to be. So we're going to go ahead and pull your tarot cards now. I feel like it still wants to come through. It'll come back around if it's meant to. It was around like getting at some type of opportunity. Somebody coming towards you, seeing you. With an opportunity. So I guess that's the overall message, somebody, it was like selling things online. Okay, so maybe you've like posted something online like a long time ago, like maybe like on an Etsy account, and you just forgot about it, or even like eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and it's connected to like some type of art. Okay, this isn't just like you reselling stuff that you have. This is like something that you posted because you wanted to pursue this creative passion of yours. Okay, it's not just like, something you're just selling because you got it out of a secondhand thrift store, or you're just ready to like declutter. This is something connected to your passion, your creative passion projects. And so I see like you posted it on eBay a long time ago, or maybe there's like a reselling like site for art stuff like Etsy, and you posted it on there, and like somebody's gonna buy it. Like you get this email like, oh, somebody purchased this thing that you posted, and you just forgot about it because it wasn't selling. Maybe you posted it like a couple months ago, or even like a year or two ago, and it comes into your inbox now that somebody wants to purchase this, or they reach out and ask you questions about it. Okay, so there are some like doors opening up for you beginning in this month of April, but I do feel like right now you're doing a lot of the internal work, and those doors are going to start opening in the physical closer towards the end of the month. Okay, so we have 13, the journey, pop out and flip over initially. Okay, we also have 20, the great bear. Wow. Okay, we got 2 major arcana here. All right, we have the ace of arrows, the breath of life, And we have 9, the Hooded Man. Wow, 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 wow. Big shifts for you this month, Sagittarius. You have all major arcana cards coming out. Wow, and we have 5 of Vessels, Ecstasy. You have happiness twice. Some exciting new, something exciting is going to happen for you this month. That's going to bring a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of ecstasy, a lot of joyful, happy feelings. Yeah, and it's through you taking this like dedicated action towards your goals when it comes to career and creative passions, and even like your family life. There's something around family that keeps coming up too. It's not like the focal point here, but it's, but Spirit's saying it's connected to like the reason why you're making these shifts in your career and around your creative passions is for the sake of your family. Like you're trying to do better for yourself so you can better your family life as well. Or even like open up the pathways for you to create a family of your own. So maybe you have this goal to like, build your family unit. And it's not something you've been able to do. And so now those doors are beginning to open within your career path, your financial support system, your creative projects, and your sense of joy. Because, your sense of joy and your belief in yourself is everything when it comes to manifesting and calling in the things that you want to experience when it comes to all aspects of life, but specifically here in your career, your creative projects, and your family life, your relationships. All right, loves. So what I'm getting here with the tarot is, okay, so of course you're on this journey to enlightenment is what I'm getting. You're on this journey to really discovering the truths about yourself. And I feel like you've already dug deep. You already know what these truths about yourself are, but you're going to be going in that back and forth energy a bit. Okay, because we have 9, the Hooded Man here, the Hermit. And so it's like this push and pull energy where you find the light and then something may pop up on your path that kind of reminds you of your shadows, reminds you of those spaces that still need healing, that still need your attention. And so it's like you kind of go back into your shell for a moment, you go back into the cave for a moment, you deal with those shadows, and then boom, you healed them. So you come back out, you step into the light again, and then maybe something else comes upon your path that reminds you of your shadows, and you're like, oh, I got to do more healing work around this. I've got to face this, see what this is trying to show me, what it's trying to teach me. So you go back into your cave for a minute, then boom, you come back out, you're healed, you're renewed, okay? But all the while you're doing that, it's not like you're going to let those shadows and those triggers stop you from pursuing the things that you're pursuing out in the physical world, specifically in your career, creative projects. You're still going to be pursuing those things and reminding yourself of what brings you joy and why you're on this path in the first place. So, of course, no path is without obstacles, without challenge, and you're very much aware of that. And you're very capable of being able to face those shadows, face those challenges when they pop up on your path and bring healing to them, and bring the light back into those spaces. All right, you're the one holding the lantern. All right, even though the light is in the lantern, you're the one holding it. You're the one in control of where it is, what path it is illuminating and what it's illuminating within. With that too, Spirit's saying to make sure that you are not avoiding those shadows. Okay, so just because a shadow comes up on your path, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you are not worthy of the things that you're pursuing. And it also doesn't mean to like avoid it. Okay, that's what Spirit really wants to say here is when those challenges come up, don't just write them off as not being there, okay? Because we can, this is very much like coming in with a manifestation lesson a little bit here. So when you're like in the portal of aligning yourself with your deep desires, your career dreams, your creative project dreams, the dreams you hold for your family life and your relationships, it can be very easy to get into that delulu energy of just thinking that everything is well, everything is right, everything is happy and joyful. and then constantly looking around the corner for the things that you're being delulu about. But all the meanwhile, there's some stuff that keeps coming up internally that may be a little bit uncomfortable, that may be a little bit in that shadow energy. And that's where the keys are that you're trying to break free of. Okay, and so just by like pushing it down and avoiding those difficult emotions, it's going to block you from finding the things you're trying to find right around the corner by being in that delulu energy. So it's okay to be in that delulu energy. It's okay to be in those joyful, excited feelings about what you're calling in and what you're aligning yourself to, but don't avoid yourself of feeling, tapping into those challenging emotions when they come up, when they want to come up, okay? Because they're showing you something. They're letting you know, hey, I'm still here. I still need your attention. I need some love too. I need you to transform me back into a space of feeling safe, of feeling joy, of feeling peaceful as we maneuver through this new path, okay? So it doesn't mean that something's wrong. It doesn't mean that you're unworthy, that you're not going to get it. It just means that there's something stored within that needs your attention, needs you to look at it, needs you to illuminate it with that light, that energy of love and joy, and sense of safety once again, okay? So don't forget to look within when you start to see those physical results unravel, okay? Like we said, feeling first, then you start to see things. But as you start to see things, you may lose sight of the feeling first energy lesson. And so don't forget to come back to that feeling first energy lesson and to be really tapping in and transmuting what you're feeling and not just getting caught up in what you're seeing. All right, let's see if anything else comes through with your tarot here. Okay, so Spirit wants me to talk about the animal symbolism and the numerology here. So we have crows and ravens, like blackbirds, very significant here. Even like a blackbird, like the little blackbirds, that's what they're actually called. Also magpies are coming up, so that could be significant to somebody. I'm seeing like the birds talking to somebody, maybe like landing on somebody's car, like on their window, and like kind of chirping at you. Maybe they're trying to get some food, but they could also be like a cautionary or giving you a sign. Okay, so if that happens to you, just make sure to take a moment to pause and tune in and see what your intuition is speaking to you, what this animal guide is sharing with you. We also have polar bear medicine coming through, bear medicine in general. So maybe you're going to see a bear sometime in the month of April, or you may be seeing this like a symbol of the bear around you. Also, I'm seeing somebody like receiving an item of clothing that has a bear imprint on it. We also have the little wren here. All right, so birds again, birds being highlighted here. All right, we also have another bird here, and then, there's actually a bird up here too. And then we also have the butterfly medicine as well, which is transformation. I feel like you're on this deep inner transformational path, and you're starting to take those steps to bring this transformation out into the physical around your career, creative passions, family unit, and how you show up in your life path space of your relationships and your career field, okay? And then the numerology here, so I haven't actually looked at this yet. Let's see, we have 1 with the ace, 9, 13, which goes to 4, and then we have 2 and 5. All right, wow, so we have 1, 2, 4, 5, okay, and we also have the 3 there. So this is all about taking steps, and also like something is ending here where you have like this ending, transitioning into a new beginning. 13 could be significant to somebody. This is the sign of the goddess. I'm also hearing Freya. Somebody could be working with Freya energy, which is also fertile energy. Freya is the goddess of fertility and creativity. Okay, so definitely somebody could be working with Freya energy here, connecting with this beautiful goddess. Wow, powerful synchronicity there. Okay, and then with the numerology too, so it's just saying that you could be seeing these like angel numbers of the number 2, so 222, 111, 9s, and also 5. So just pay attention to that if you're seeing that. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards. So for all the fire signs, I forgot to share with you. So for all the fire signs, I was using the Wildwood Tarot deck, and then we're using the Mabon Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck. Okay, so let's see what your oracle cards are for this reading here. Let's do one more shuffle. see what your oracle cards are. Okay, I'm gonna take this card there. Alright, let's see what we have for Sagittarius. Oh, we have Haunted House 22. I was just saying 222. Wow. Okay, the things that haunt you are the things you have yet to let go of. Yes. Yeah, it's like you're trying to avoid that. There's like something that keeps coming up, keeps coming to the surface, and you're just like, I'm fine, I'm happy, all these changes I'm making in my life, but there's still something deep down that you need to tend to. And it's going to keep coming up until you face it, till you go within, until you transmute it and let it know that it's safe, that it's held. Okay, we also have Campfire, number 6. Do not fear opening your mouth and allowing your tongue to speak. Yeah, I was going to say speak it. You need to speak out about what it is that you're feeling, what you're holding on to internally. Oh, Queen of the Dead, number 31. Wow, there's the Mirror with 13, 31 and 13. Fear not the rage of fire living within, for it is the power of your fierceness waiting to taste you fully. We have some serpent energy there, also wolf medicine coming in. And then we have Tea Magic 38. Reach into your subconscious. There's another little blackbird. Reach into your subconscious, pull from the source, and weave magic with intention, and the answers will unfold. Okay, wow, this reading took a deep dive here into it's like a deep dive of power is what I'm feeling now. Like it didn't take like a deep dive of a bad turn. It's just like a deep dive of power into the subconscious, into your shadows. Okay, so my loves, this is going to be a very beautiful month for you. But again, there are some shadows that are still lingering in the depths of your being. And these shadows, again, they are not a bad thing. They do not mean that you're unworthy. They do not mean that you're unloved. It does not mean that you are not safe. It just means that there's something stored within that needs your attention and needs you to speak to it and affirm to it and show it how loved and worthy and safe you are, and it is, okay? And so one of the ways that you're being guided to transmute this is through talking about it. Spirit's coming in and saying some of you may actually need to get a professional mentor to work through these things, like a therapist or even a coach, okay, like a life coach or a spiritual guide as well, working with somebody who can help transmute this energy with you in spirit. And then with that being said too, this energy, it goes deep, okay? It goes deep, and it's something that you've carried with you for a long time. And this energy, it cannot be forgotten, and it won't be forgotten just because we transmute it, just because we transform it, just because all these exciting new things are lining up in your life internally and physically. In the physical, with your career, these creative projects you're pursuing, your family unit, it's becoming blissful, it's becoming peaceful, all in the external. It doesn't mean you're going to forget this past version of you. Okay, and I'm also seeing that this is also serving as like a catalyst that will help to transform what it is that you're trying to grow and transform and transmute when it comes to your career and your creative passion projects. Okay, so for a lot of you, I'm seeing like it's almost like you went through some type of very deep personal experience in the past, and you associated this with like this got stored in your subconscious as being a shadow. It's something that you didn't want to look at. It's something that you didn't want to address. Okay. And so, Spirit's guiding me to share some examples here. So this could be around, they're guiding me to share very surface examples. Okay. But it goes deeper than what I'm going to share. So like it goes around, like, they just want me to give this example. Okay. So like, women's rights, or, I'm also hearing like Native rights, Native American rights, like around colonization, things like that. There's something that was like inflicted on you that's rooted in the wrongdoing around a specific identity or stereotype that you may be holding on to. And by going within and healing the shadow aspect and giving it love and letting it know that it's safe and in that it can trust you now because you're here for it and you're returning the light of love back into that space, you're going to feel this deep sense of power. This is what I meant when I said, like, well, we took a deep dive into like this deep, powerful energy here, where you're going to transmute it into this beautiful, like, catalyzing energy of being able to operate in a way that will transform how people view these experiences or stereotypes or beliefs around this terrible thing that was inflicted on you. So it's like you're bringing healing to this experience for yourself, but also for a greater community, a greater collective. And that's what you're going to be bringing to your career field, this shift in your career industry that you're taking, or these creative passion projects that you're sharing. So maybe you're going to be writing poetry around this, or creating beautiful paintings around it, or doing something with like clothing work, like doing like a fashion show for these specific groups and communities, or even just to show like the shadow aspect and the light aspect of being able to transmute this energy all the way around. And then also maybe making changes in the career field that you're in. You know, maybe there are, like we talked about with women's rights, and even like Native American rights, but it could be like any type of ethnicity or stereotype. Those are just the example Spirit's giving me specifically here. It could also be where you're trying to make some changes in like the rule books around those discriminations that you're seeing run very prevalent in your career industry. Okay, so this got very deep. I was not expecting this, but this is like the energy that you're going to be transmuting and bringing a sense of peace and joy and love back to throughout this month. Okay, and Spirit wants me to reiterate that it's okay to talk about these things with other people, because if you're going through it, there's somebody else that has experienced this and is going through it too. And there's also people out there who can help you transmute this energy and bring healing to it, and just bring it to light. Okay, and it's okay to need help from those people, and it's okay to need help from professionals as well. Okay, so just know that, my love. All right, love, so we are going a little bit over time, but that's okay. I wanted to tap in with this tea magic once more. Okay, so yeah, we kind of touched on this, but I just feel too that maybe some of you are going to be working with some herbs this month, or it would be good for you to work with some herbs, gain some knowledge about certain teas, or this could just be something that you're experimenting with already. Maybe somebody's going to like a tea party with somebody. Maybe you need a tea party day with the ladies or with the guys, maybe like a barbecue day with the guys, if you're divine masculine here. Or tea party, and you just need like a day to get out and to vent and to have like a little powwow sesh about all the things that you're feeling internally. Okay. All right. Wow. Beautiful messages coming through, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your energy to bring forth that powerful message of guidance that wanted to come through for you today. We got a little deep there, but very beautiful. And I thank you for being here with me through that. It looks like this lady on the Queen of the Dead card is applying moon blood to her face too. So somebody could also be working with their moon cycle in new ways, experimenting with the moon blood, maybe giving it back to the earth. Also, somebody is serving as a mirror to somebody. Just know that, you know, if people get triggered by your presence, it's because you're serving as a mirror to them. But Spirit's also saying, don't forget, they are also a mirror to you. All right, let's see. Oh, so I'm just pulling the cards here. Okay, so the next deck that I pulled cards from is the Animal Messages deck. And this is animal guides, and I'm pulling one animal guide for all the signs. So you can call upon this animal guide to help you work through these energies that we talked about throughout the month of April. So yours is orangutan. Wow, look at what the quote says here. working to live joyously, not living to work. Yes, you're making some big shifts when it comes to your career this month. And you're trying to align with the energy of happiness, joy, and peace, and letting go and transforming and transmuting all the time, spaces, and places, and people, relationships, connections that made you feel anything but joy and happiness and peaceful to be at your work, because work should not feel grueling. It should not feel it shouldn't make you feel bad. It shouldn't make you feel unsupported. It shouldn't make you feel unworthy. It shouldn't make you feel like you're not heard. It should make you feel joy. You should feel safe to want to show up to work. You should feel safe to want to go to work and to speak your mind, to speak your truth, to share your ideas, to share your creative passions, to share what it is that you're going through that day, and to not feel bad about it. You deserve to feel this sense of joy, peace, and happiness overflowing from the tip of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet the second you walk through that door. You deserve to be in a space where you're supportive. People want to see you, they want to hear from you, and they want to work with you. And they just lighten you up. They bring you this energy of love, and in return you're able to provide that same level of energy back into the connections you're making in your career field, and in the connections that you're making with yourself and your work, the actual work that you're doing, your creative projects, your passion projects, the things that you're creating, the things that you're working on building. And Spirit's also saying also in your family life too. All right, so we also have this little like I don't know if there's a hyphen in orangutan. I don't think so. But this is kind of making me think that it's highlighting the word orange here. And so orange represents our sacral chakra here. Also solar plexus is yellow there. So you're definitely going to be activating your sacral chakra this month, which is the creative portal, the fertile energy portal, your sexual energy, creative energy. So you're definitely going to be activating that chakra this month, working with that energy. So if you feel called to, you may want to do some guided sacral chakra meditations. You can find some on YouTube. I really love Yoga Gold. He's not a great, he's great. He's not like a huge account. So sometimes it can be tricky to find their meditations and stuff, but I think it's Yoga Gold, and they have really powerful, beautiful meditations. It's a man and a woman does the different meditations, and they have specific ones for the chakras, and I just love that, and I guess I felt guided to share that with you all. So if you feel called to, definitely check that out. If you can't find it, just let me know. I can send you the link too. But yeah, so do some sacral chakra meditations, and then also we've got some solar plexus coming in too, so you may also want to focus on that, which is also going to be your power portal, of which ignites you and aligns you with your power and those feelings of joy, peace, happiness, and ecstasy. All right, Sagittarius loves, we went a little bit over time, so thank you for hanging out with me if you're still around, and thank you so much for allowing me to bring forth these messages of guidance for you today and for this month of April. So if you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below what resonated with you, what stuck out to you. Let me know what you're working on, what new exciting changes you're making in your career, what new things you're creating. I'd love to hear from you all, and I'm wishing you a beautiful, blessed month of April. Until next time. Bye, loves.